We're continuing my series on additional income streams for mental health professionals, this time by looking at the viability of creating a coaching program. Now, I know that for many mental health professionals out there, coaching is a controversial topic. Some of you think it's a massive problem for the industry, allowing anyone, regardless of qualification, to launch services that come dangerously close to treating clinical conditions, or are actually treating clinical conditions dangerously. Some see the opportunity in jumping in themselves because it opens the door to higher fees and comes with a lot more flexibility than clinical mental health, but they're worried about the legality of doing so and whether there's a conflict with their license. Others treat it like just another service and approach it the same way as they do clinical mental health, charging by the hour and continuing to trade time for money. Many mental health professionals see it as something clinical treatment can evolve into. Once a person has resolved or made a lot of progress with clinical treatment, the relationship kind of just evolves into coaching as time goes by. Regardless of your current view of the industry, what's important is that you first understand the right way to see coaching, training, or consulting and how to properly take advantage of the opportunity. So without further ado, let's get into the pluses and minuses of launching a non-clinical coaching service as a mental health professional. Plus number one, you can use coaching as a way to escape the time for money trap. To understand how you can do this, you first need to understand the format of a coaching program. You're not seeing clients individually and being paid by the hour. A coaching program is sold to help someone achieve an objective or solve a specific problem, and they pay for the whole program, not for your time. For example, a parenting program is a 3-month program for parents to change their challenging child's behavior, or a program for people suffering illness or chronic pain is about teaching them specific techniques to improve their quality of life. How you structure this program is what opens up your time flexibility and your revenue potential way beyond what you can do in therapy. You provide an online curriculum, like an online course, so everyone who buys your program is working through a series of steps you've designed for them. Then you add on top of that twice weekly coaching calls that are open to your whole group for Q&A. And then on top of that, daily support in an online community. The combination of these three things creates a very intensive support environment. Your clients can get support from you every business day, but it's also a structure that takes you between 30 minutes and 2 hours in any given day to operate. And you're no longer limited to the number of clients you can see individually in a day. Your group program can be as big or as intimate as you want. Plus number two, coaching programs attract highly motivated clients. Coaching programs are usually a middle class and above proposition. They're not for a Medicaid audience. They're usually charged at premium rates. You'll see fees ranging from $2,500 all the way up to even $10,000 for the whole program. You're selling to people with money who are willing to pay a premium for the best, most intensive way to help them to solve their problem. Therefore, you're only attracting highly motivated clients who are going to actually use the solution that you offer. No more repeating yourself or having the exact same conversations over and over with people who only paid $20 out of pocket to be in your office for an hour. You're now able to attract premium people who are going to do the work you tell them to do. Plus number three, non-clinical coaching programs are less intense than providing clinical therapy. This is especially for the burned out trauma therapists out there. You already know that 20 hours a week of trauma therapy takes a toll on your body. Very few people understand this. To them, working 20 hours a week in clinical sessions sounds easy, right? But if you're the one doing trauma therapy, you know how intense it is to be present with the issues you're helping your clients with day in and day out, week in and week out. This is why so many therapists burn out. The good news about a coaching program is that it's non-clinical in nature. What does this mean? It means you're focusing on topics that are psychoeducational. You're not doing trauma work. For some therapists, revenue from a coaching program is what balances out the trauma work and allows them to scale it back to a manageable level, giving them the time they need to recover from the burnout it creates while putting more money in their pocket. How much better a trauma therapist would you be if you kept your client load at a level where you can show up 100% to every single session you do? Plus number 4, it reduces burnout. Building on the last point, eliminating your burnout is a major benefit of having a successful coaching program, because instead of session after session, you get to control your inputs, but you're able to derive a higher financial output from your program than you can for therapy. I'll give you an example. Earlier this year, one of my clients launched a training program, and she made $22,000 immediately within her first month. So what did she do? She took 3 complete months off from therapy sessions to heal 2 decades of agency burnout and only focused on supporting these clients. In the end, she worked a few hours a week and had the money she wanted to hold her over. Then when she was ready, she started selling her program again, and she started getting herself up to a higher income level than ever. These programs are a simple but powerful tool to end the need to work yourself to the brink of burnout again and again and again. Plus number 5, more time flexibility. Another major benefit of coaching or having a coaching program is time flexibility. Last night I was speaking to a mental health professional who was talking to me about how she doesn't have the ability to take off and go to her daughter's school or reprioritize her therapy sessions to make room for things that are important to her life and come up at different times of the week. Instead, the most important life and family things are scheduled around her need to be in therapy sessions. This is backwards. But when you have a group coaching program, you are far more flexible. You can be in your support community at any time during the day, and you only need to have set times for 2 coaching calls every week. So all things said and done, there are some major benefits to having a successful coaching program. But a successful coaching program doesn't happen by magic. You have to know how to create one. So let's get into that with some of the challenges that will come up as you move to create yours. Challenge number 1, you need to learn a new skill. And I'm not talking about the skill of providing coaching or actually coaching people. Most of you have that down completely. In fact, if you go for a coaching certification, all you'll probably be taught is how to do CBT badly. But that's a rant for another day. The skill I'm talking about is how to market and enroll people in your program. It's not rocket science. It's actually quite simple to learn, but you do have to acquire this skill and be able to execute on it consistently to have a consistent flow of coaching clients. Most people think that marketing is about being a social media clown. That's not it at all. What you need to do is learn how to present an offer that makes sense to people and is a clear solution to the problem they're experiencing. This takes a few weeks of learning new thought processes in order to do that well. Challenge number 2, it takes a little time to get the ball rolling. I've definitely had people call me thinking that all they have to do was put $100 into a Facebook ad and their coaching program would magically make them a millionaire. While there are definitely many millionaires in the coaching industry, what you have to understand is that each of them started off with nothing. No audience, nobody knowing about their offer, and not really knowing themselves how to make it work. You have to put some time investment into creating this as a new business and then launch it with faith and use common sense to listen to the feedback you're getting as you build it. If you do that correctly and maintain an entrepreneur's mindset, this is the key to getting through the first few weeks or months when your program is super small and you're just getting started. Challenge number 3, some therapists hate the word coach. And I get it. When people who took a 2-month certification start using the word coach, you with 2 degrees and thousands of hours more experience don't want to associate yourself with that word. This is something you can handle in a couple of different ways. The first is to simply accept that it's an accepted term in the public domain and use it knowing that the letters after your name, which you can use in marketing to provide clarity, differentiate you significantly from the pack. Or you can just pick another word like mentorship program, mastermind program, or training program. The point is that what you're not calling it is therapy, because your program is not therapy. So that's it, folks. A good look at the pluses and the challenges of using coaching as an additional revenue stream to balance out your practice, take the limits off your income, and still use your unique set of skills and talents to make a difference. But what are your thoughts on the industry? Let me know in the comments below and let's get some discussion going.